and welcome to Wednesday Night Impacted, episode 260, coming to you live by the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. We are there. I am, of course, your host, the Bison, and today I'm joined by the man coming to us from the void of his own mind, of course, the Joker. Hello, bud. You all right?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Do you know what? I was going through that, and I'm thinking, oh, I can't not mess this up 2 weeks in a row. That would be amazing. And
yeah,
I managed to get it spot on last week.
Yeah.
This week, because I've made a couple of changes in there, you know, it sort of threw me a little bit, but I've managed to make the mistake. But never mind, we're all good. We're here. You know what I mean? How's your week been? Bub?
Oh, it's been pretty good. It's just been pretty fantastic weekend. Somewhat helping the Goldilocks band launch their new music video, which was, if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. Go buy the record. It's bloody brilliant. And it's been a really good week. 6 years TNI UK, 2 years of LimpStar on the team. Oh, it's amazing. 10 years of Rosemary on the roster. And, oh my God, so much positivity throughout the building up over the past few days. And today I have a bloody seizure before we come online. Right.
But you're okay.
But I'm all good.
Shouldn't
be cocking up too much. And Vincent, let me shut him off. He's on his way.
Yes, LimpStar is on his way. He's not been fired. He didn't get the fired case mirror. You're okay. I just got to get a bit of a mouthful of mini. You know a mouthful of mini, 2 secs. Delicious. Absolutely delicious.
Trey Miguel's reaction when he got the case, that was so good. It's just the first thing he put out. I can't be me getting fired again. Again.
That was brilliant. Yeah, that was good. That was a good play on that. Definitely a good play on that. Joe, let's get slap bang into it. I think obviously Craig's going to join us when he gets in. He's a hard-working lad, and sometimes gets caught up in the traffic. So just bear with us. He will join us as soon as he possibly can. TNI, of course, Joe just mentioned it, enters into its 6th year of podcasting. TNI UK, I should say. It's been a long it's been a long 6 years, Joe, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I honestly can't believe it. The amount of wrestlers we've got to interview, people involved in the industry over the last 5 years, especially, and going from character biographies to an actual weekly review show is all stuff I never thought I'd be doing back in '99, coming out to 2020, and wow, on 2019, so not '99. That's like 10 years earlier. Christ, that'd be 20 years earlier.
2026, Joe.
1999. I was I just moved back to England, so fuck me now.
God knows what's going on there, buddy. But anyway, so we started off with those character profiles. I remember when I spoke to the TNI boys. Well, when they said to me, "Look, do you fancy doing some stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, why not?" I'm like, "But I don't want to do it on my own because I've never done anything like this before." So I contacted a couple of people, and a Welsh friend, mutual, an acquaintance of ours. I went to first, and then he was obviously a little bit too wimpy to do it, and then I contacted you next, and you were like, "Well, I've never done anything like this before, but why not? I'll give it a go." I love wrestling. I love Impact at the time. So so we had that first sort of kind of phone call conversation and stuff, and
3 takes later we got that going.
That's it. Yeah. Well, let's just start with someone we love, and I'm pretty sure the first one was Rosemary, wasn't it?
Rosemary was the first, and then we did Rich Swann.
Yeah. So you should go check it out, guys. If you've not checked that out, then go and check out. It's all on the channel.
It's all TNA UK playlist. It's right at the bottom.
Yeah, you only got to put it in. The very first episode of Impacted. Was it called Impacted? I don't think it was it?
Yes, I think it was.
The very first episode of Impacted, then, for the first kind of incarnation of what was to become what we are now.
Yeah.
We were just doing these character profiles, and it started off with Rosemary, and like you said, Rich Swann was the second one. Go and check it out because it's quite funny.
Yeah.
We're both terrible, and it's well worth checking it out. I can tell you that now. Well worth checking it out. Okay, so we've done 6 years now, and we're well into. I mean, this is like the second carnation of the live version of Impacted as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So we're now into episode 260.
Yeah, of the entire series, but this is technically the second incarnation from 2024.
Yeah, so we're now into episode 260, which is pretty impressive. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I think it's really good. But guys, you're more than welcome. Just throw us a super sticker or anything just to show your appreciation for our 6 years of podcasting hard work. I mean, I'm not going to, or even head over to bbdwear.co.uk and grab yourself a shirt,
Yeah. Those that have been tuning in regularly, check us your favourite things that have happened over the past 6 years or so, 5 or 6 years. If any guests you can remember that we've had on that you really enjoyed, anything.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, slap something in the chat. Let us know what some of your favourite moments have been for the past 6 years of our crazy asses on TNI UK Impacted. Come on, I'll be interested to know what you guys can remember, because I'll tell you what, right? I sometimes I sit back and think, some of the best bits, and I can't even remember half of the stuff. You know what I mean? I honestly can't remember half of the stuff. Just crazy. But yeah, absolutely crazy. Okay, let us know in the chat if you got anything. Bring it up, and we'll see if we can remember and talk about it. It will be really cool. Just a quick shout out and a happy birthday, of course, to friend of the show, Vincent. Recently signed with TNA as part of the Righteous. Big happy birthday to you, bro. Thanks so much for joining us when you did that time. But yeah, happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday.
Now, as discovered as well on this past week's Thursday night Impact, because it's been brought up, I thought I'd mention it straight off the bat. By Elegance is returning to in-ring action. First of all, I want to say last week's Impact was basically 200 times better than the previous one.
Yeah.
It was so well put together. There was some really cool shit. It was loads of surprises. This being the surprise that Ash will be returning to in-ring action. The way they did it, I thought was great. The fact that she was sort of kind of like in the ring going, "I am back, baby."
Yeah.
I loved all of that. Is she going to be gunning for that Knockouts title? I wonder, that she never lost.
Definitely. I think she's doing, a message was sent when she got laying the entire Brookside down. But I'll be honest, I really did expect Heather Reckless and Maggie to just completely turn on Iceman and Ash By Elegance when they started fighting in the ring.
That was a big shock, but of course
I know. I was like, oh my god, they're not actually going to break them up after all that's happened. And then when everyone comes down and Ash just knocks everybody out, and then he just salts it. I was like, oh, this is a fucking brilliant curveball. This is one of the best double crosses I've ever seen since like Ty Valkyrie and Brian Cage. That was so awesome as well. Everyone thought that they were going to be all good, all cool after all the fights they've been having between each other and Johnny Impact, and then Ty Valkyrie just goes and punches him in the balls.
Yeah. Yeah, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I thought this was really, really well done. And I'm excited. I think to be fair, I think we all knew that Ash was clearly not done because she was still around. So
no, I thought she'd be out longer. I thought she looked with the injury was legitimate, but she did say she's busting her ass to get back in the ring almost straight away. But I expected her to come back rebelling on the anniversary. So this is amazing to see. I was really pleased to see her just be able to get back in the ring and kick some ass. Yeah.
It was. I think it was a really cool moment on the show, and even the crowd were going wild.
Yeah.
So I think it was a very well done, very well put together moment. Worked really well. And like Bonus Baby saying there, he was absolutely sold on them turning on Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought it was a great moment. Big thing. What's Paul saying there? Paul Masterson saying that my big take from last week was not much, not talent. They relied on their own roster. Absolutely. And that's what they need to be doing.
Yeah.
They need to be doing that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, then Lei Young Lee came there. That was kind of weird. Actually. How that sort of kind of panned out, because I don't know why that she would have come down to help Ash.
Well, yeah, there's still a bit of beef between Elegance brand and Lei Ying Lee and Zaya Brookside, so I'm pretty sure she thought Ash was going to be taken out. She was still injured and all that too.
Yeah, maybe.
So it's the good guys coming out to help the victim, and then that's what made the double cross even better.
I guess, yeah, I guess so. But it worked really well.
It was perfect.
I thought it was great. Absolutely great. But yeah. Now, that said, talking about the Knockouts division at the moment, is ODB and Taryn Terrell coming back to TNA in 2026, dude?
I hope I've been seeing the back and forth between Ash By Elegance and Taryn Terrell, and it seems really likely that we're going to see Taryn Terrell come back in and tear into Ash By Elegance like she has been online. And ODB has said to me when I've been talking to her on that she wants to come back to TNA before she rounds up her farewell tour this year. I think she's finishing it all March, April. So It would be great to see her come back in for one final match or to referee a match for just anything for her to come back in and
she's got to have a run. She's got to have at least a run of tapings.
Yeah, for TNA to give her a good farewell, and ODB to give the fans a farewell on TNA. It's just right.
Yeah, I to be fair, I think people will go crazy if ODB turned up. Bam! Again, friend of the show. Absolutely, I love Jessie Crusher. She is a top lady, and I really hope she comes back. Taryn Terrell, interesting one, with, like you say, with her back and forth. It would be cool to see her turn up.
See if she can recreate the dollhouse somehow, do something with the Angel Warriors and help bolster them up a bit more.
That's interesting. Actually, I never even thought about that. Imagine that, recreating the dollhouse with the Angel Warriors. Yeah, that would be cool.
Or she could probably do something with Jada Stone and somebody else, anyone else that they can get.
Yeah, no, I think that will work.
Because Jada Stone's also got beef with the Elegance brand too.
Yeah. No, that's an interesting point you got there, bub. I like that. I'm down with that. What are your thoughts in the chat? I'd be interested to hear what you guys think on that one. Would you like to see ODB come back, and what do you think they could do with Taryn Terrell? You liking the idea of maybe the dollhouse involving the Angel Warriors and a few other members of the roster? I don't know. It could be interesting to see where that one goes. But I agree that I like the sound of that. I think that'd be really good.
Yeah.
But guys, let us know what you think. But still sticking with the knockouts, do you think, Joe, with all the positivity around our, again, friend of the show, Vicious Vicky, do you think she's actually signed?
I hope so. I really do hope she is. She's she's been promoting TNA every week. She's been showing as much news as she can every week, and if she's not signed now, then I don't know what the hell she's got to do to get herself on that roster. Because Carlos and Tommy missing out on a huge, incredibly impressive talent by not signing her.
She reminds me of. She's got a similar look to Mila Moore. We talked about this last week, but she also reminds me a little bit of in the way that she sort of kind of holds herself. She reminds me of the Virtuosa.
Yes. She's another Jersey girl, and so she's incredible. I just sent Craig out, and she's incredible talent.
Yeah,
she's got the character. She's got the moveset. She's got the look. She's perfect for the knockouts.
Got the look. Yeah. Woo. She is fire, mate.
Who's got the look? Who are you on about?
Vicious Vicky.
Oh right, yeah. I was going to say, as long as it's not
hello, Courtney.
Dating, whoever it is.
Hey, Courtney. Nice to see you.
Happy New Year, Courtney.
Nice.
Hi, Courtney.
Yeah. And Barry Monkey saying, have to see if Taryn can still wrestle before deciding if I'll be happy to see her back. Do you know what, right? I don't even need to see Taryn Terrell wrestle.
Yeah, she can do manager job.
She could do ballet role. She could do a manager, the dollhouse, a leader role.
Yeah.
I don't care because she looks good. And that's all I want to see from Taryn Terrell on my TV. Craig, how are you?
I'm all right.
Happy second anniversary.
Yeah, man.
2 years of Craig.
That's flown by,
LimpStar.
Yeah.
We couldn't believe it. We were just saying, I can't believe that it's actually been 2 years since you joined the team.
Yeah.
No, I can't believe it's been 2 years. Yeah, like you look at the talent that's come and gone in that 2 years. So when people are worrying about things like Joe Hendry and stuff like that, mate, we'll just make new stars. Do you know what I mean? That's what we do.
Yeah, oh God, don't worry about all that crap. We make new stars every week. That's what we're about. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's what we do. And I think that's probably why we love it so much.
Definitely.
We love the fact that we get to see these young up-and-coming talents kind of turn into big stars. And to me, when they get signed to a bigger league, I actually quite proud because I think to myself, well, they probably wouldn't have been signed to the big league if they hadn't been, honing their skills and building their character and their skill sets in our favorite brand, of course, TNA. I think it's an amazing. But as time goes on, I think people will start to realize that TNA is just a place to go to be an outstanding talent, regardless of whether you're up and coming. I think you'll start to see people make choices.
Thing is, you look at history and that. Like we asked years out of Kurt Angle, and I'll argue that with anyone. Like he might have had all the gimmicks and the milk truck and stuff like that in WWE, but we had Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle versus Jeff Hardy, Kurt Angle versus Sting, Kurt Angle versus Mr. Anderson. We had all of that. We had his best years of wrestling. He might still have that big character and the you suck and all that lot, but the thing is from a wrestling perspective, we had an Olympic wrestler in there, and we just had the best years of it.
You suck.
Same with Christian Cage.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, Christian Cage really got to shine on TNA. I was really glad to see.
I'll never forget when he done that. Who was he against? I forget. And he's like, "What's the capital of Thailand?" Like, I don't know. And he's like, "Bangkok." He just whacks him right in the nuts.
That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Who we got? Kempers.
Yeah.
Kempers Cheryl. Is that a new one?
New one. Welcome to
the show, man. Welcome to the show. If you've not been here before, keep leaving, leaving comments, guys, because that's what this show is all about. That's what the show's all about. So it's really good, really good. TNA Plus, here's some advice. Turn off the audio after impact goes off air. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's cool. So we've gone through a couple of things already, Craig. We talked about the Elegance brand. We've just wished Vincent a happy birthday. We were just talking about Taryn Terrell and ODB possibly coming back in 2026 for
that would be some notable returns, to be fair.
I think so. I think that would be awesome. And we were just talking about Vicious Vicky, and we're convinced she's already signed.
Yeah, if not, then they're missing
100% she should be.
Yeah.
I just the way that she's promoting everything, the way she's so positive about TNA at the moment, just screams to me that she's already signed a deal.
Yeah.
We don't know, David. Absolutely don't know, mate. We'll let you know when we know.
What's TNA going to do with Jada Stone? I don't know, mate. Probably give her a gimmick, give her a mask, let her carry a torch. I don't know, mate. What are you asking?
Put her in the dollhouse when Taryn Terrell comes back. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah.
I love the dollhouse, mate. I'm sorry. I know some people weren't that keen on I thought dollhouse was fucking brilliant, and it ended way too soon.
I just think that I seen a post today. I think it was on TNA saying like who was the best knockout rivalry, and one that I don't think they mentioned was Gail Kim versus Taryn Terrell.
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
They always go on about Gail and Awesome Kong, but the Gail and Taryn Terrell, mate, Jesus Christ, that was a hell of a rivalry. I remember that amazing hardcore match that they had.
Yeah.
Where was it Gail or was it Taryn? No, Taryn got dropped off the elevated ramp. Do you remember?
Yeah. Gail Kim gonna cut her off or something off the ramp. That was brilliant. Even ODB was shocked.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. We don't know what's going on with Candy. So I sort of kind of based on the fact that she's from the area.
Do you know the beautiful thing though? What we keep mentioning is we don't know, and I think as fans of TNA, that's brilliant. It's not predictable anymore. We don't know who's coming in, who's doing what. We don't know what's happening, and that's why every week it's just going to be on fire. Yes, the launch show wasn't great last week. Like my God, my head's still reading.
It was like night and day.
Yeah. I watched it last night. I left it all till last night to watch Impact, and I was absolutely blown away.
I mean, I couldn't believe it. I sat there watching it and thinking, "Fuck me, what's going on? This is amazing. Like, why is this so much better?" I don't know. The only thing I think of was obviously all the issues that happened with the visas and all that, as we discussed last week, didn't just affect talent. It affected their production team. It affected backstage, everything. Also, they obviously had things planned. They were going to do this. They were going to do that. And then all of a sudden, it was all thrown out the window because, people couldn't get there and stuff. So I think, they had to, on the fly, change a lot of things, So I don't know.
Yeah.
David Valentine, I don't know about that. I don't know. Abaddon is a bit of a weird one.
I think she's good.
It just hasn't pulled though, is it? It's just like a cross between Rosemary and a bit.
So yeah,
it's just not like an outstanding moveset. There's a character there which would thrive in TNA, but I don't see it as a pull.
Yeah. I agree. And Paul, yeah, you're right. Maybe they did try too hard. Maybe that's what they did. I don't know. I don't think that's what it was. I think it was the fact that they had all those issues, and then all of a sudden they had to kind of
I think there's the snowstorm that was starting that week as well. That's come across the US and Canada, and then all the travel bans are coming from the person in charge. The travel bans everywhere. So Leon Slater can come down, Rosemary can't come down, Jodie Feck can't come down, Daniel can't come down, Myla Grace is stuck in Japan.
There was a lot. There were definitely a lot of issues, and of course, like you said, it didn't just affect the talent.
Yeah.
As far as I was aware, there was 50% of the production crew are Canadian, and they couldn't get in.
Definitely.
So what does that tell you? You know what I mean? It's going to cause problems, and we don't know what 50% of the crew that was. It could have been like the main guys that run the show, and the ones that were there were like the apprentices, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? We don't know. You know what I mean? So, that's the problem. I think that was the issue there. But of course, they managed to pull it out of the bag. They had a time to sort of kind of rethink things. They had to rejig things around. They'd obviously had some good news with regards to Ash. They managed to obviously re-sign Trey, but so there was a lot going down. But let's talk about the Feast or Fired cases, guys. Because obviously, this past week on Impact, we found out that Steve Maclin, Trey Miguel, EY, and Eddie Edwards won the cases. They had the match. I wasn't overly impressed with the actual match itself, to be fair, but it was okay. But I love the way EY ended up with the case, though.
Yeah.
Because especially if it turns out to be the one that I think it's going to be, then
all that work and the cleansers come.
Yeah, well, maybe it would be cleansing of him himself.
Is the cleanse him gone from TNA? Is that what you've been on about the whole time?
That's why I think it is. As we're building up to at the start of the year and seeing how he's promoting himself online at the moment, like we talked about last week. So I think the cleanse is Eric Young stepping away from TNA for a while, but he said he's not done with wrestling at all. So it's just moving on to other things if he is the one that's getting fired.
So what's he going to be called? Like Eric Old is now All Elite.
Oh
Eric
no,
Old. He's not going anywhere. He's going on the European tour.
Yeah.
So thoughts. Let's talk about it. So here we go. So we've got EY, right?
Yeah.
He's got a case now. As I said, I've been saying it all along that EY is fired. Right? He's gone. Right? And the reason for that, I believe, is because he has got something like 5 or 6 weeks booked in Europe on a European tour, where he's doing seminars, he's doing matches, he's got all sorts. He's got so much stuff booked in. I was talking to Gary about it the other day. He said so many people have been wanting to book Eric. He's crazy.
Yeah.
So much going on, right? He's not even going to be in the country, so he's going to probably miss 2 or 3 sets of tapings.
Yeah.
He's going to miss No Surrender coming up. He won't be able to sacrifice. So, to me, it can only be the only option because they're just writing him off TV. Simple.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean to say that he can't come back at a later date because maybe that is what happens. He goes off, he does his European thing, and when he comes back as some hooded character or something, he's going to have a full team of the cleanse behind him.
Yeah.
Like he did like a sanity group or something. You know what I mean? The cleanse or, that type of thing. And go down that route. I don't know. But they need to do something with Eric because what they're doing isn't working.
Yeah.
Maybe the cleanse, he comes back and like a monster's ball, but instead of all the weapons and that lot, the cleanse is just you versus EY and a load of douchebags. That's the cleanse.
Yeah.
The loser gets a colonic live on air.
A colonic. Yeah, I like it. That would definitely be a cleanse.
Maybe that's what AMC is all about. The cleanse is about colonic irrigation. You heard it here first.
There you go. Heard it here first. We then got Trey Miguel after that. I don't know how to follow that, to be fair. But we then got...
well, he had irrigation on his contract, flushed out the shit, and then came back to TNA.
Fair enough. I'm down with that. So Trey Miguel returns. Huge applause, a massive return home. Gets re-signed to TNA after taking a week break from wrestling, and wins a case. Now, they're not going to re-sign him and then fire him. So I'm going to
imagine that.
Oh, can you imagine it? Get fired twice in a month. That would be terrible.
Well, he'll technically only be fired once.
He'd be definitely taking time off wrestling for that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine he does that and then goes to WWE and they just announce him as like Ice Williamson or something crap like that?
Ice Williamson.
Well, they've always got shit names, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. That doesn't even relate whatsoever, does it? I don't know what that is. They probably call him Miguel Tracy or something.
Well, like get him back. Well, we've got him back, but now put him in the treehouse and have guests.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like, I seen an old tweet when I was going through his Twitter because I was like doing little hunks. I wanted to know what that whole thing was about, but not for any of us to know.
Yeah.
I went through it, and like Rosemary said, "Why haven't you invited me to the treehouse?"
Yeah.
Now that is a storyline begging to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
he's
would be
sat there and
great.
he's all lonely. Yeah, just
And
get him in
Rosemary
there
turns
and
up.
like I don't know, hometown man and like AJ Francis or something like that. Just have a like cataclysm of just people in there, or just for a twist, just stick Chris Jericho in the treehouse and that's it. That's all he does for TNA.
That's his appearance. He
Yeah,
appears on the treehouse.
that's
Yeah,
it.
that would be interesting. That would be interesting. But what do we think is in his case? X Division title shot?
I think I said I hope not. That'll be like the most predictable. I hope he gets the international title shot.
Okay. We've got Steve Maclin. Of course, Steve Maclin is the other candidate for potentially winning the Fired case. I personally think he's re-signed, but
Yeah.
It'd be stupid to let him go.
Yeah.
They would, because I think he's probably, when you think about all the growth, other than the freaky growth that obviously Joe Hendry got, the next one really has to be Steve Maclin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because from the I mean, I remember us having I can't remember if it was you, Chris, whether it was Steve when he first came in, but I remember, Joe, we were talking about Steve Maclin's first appearance. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh, I don't know, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Are you fucking mad? This dude's awesome.
This is one to watch." When we first saw the KIA, I was like, "This is fucking brilliant." It was executed like
I was done. I was there. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm all over that. I'm all over it. So I think. See, I honestly thought then he was going to get, a shot back at the international title, but maybe he's going to get the world title shot.
Yeah, because I would love to see Maclin and Santana again go absolutely thrash it out between themselves. That would be so cool.
Yeah, that would definitely be that would be a good show, definitely. And if it's true that he's had the contract extension only, then maybe that would be the match to say thank you for all you've done.
Yeah.
A Santana title match. Santana beats the shit out of him. That puts Santana over like a pro again.
I'd like to see Maclin as like heavyweight champion again. I would, but I don't know. Like they could just mix it up. Maybe Trey's got a heavyweight title shot. Maybe like Maclin's got the X division. And who won the other case?
Eddie Edwards.
Yeah.
Eddie Edwards. Maybe he's going for the international title. Maybe he goes off to Japan for a bit, because obviously we've got this like storyline with the system and stuff like that, which I'm sure we'll get into. It's just like maybe, like the thing is, just like people said in the comments, there's people like saying about dates around the world and stuff like that. So just because they're in TNA, they've still got the freedom to work elsewhere.
Yeah.
So, but who knows? Who knows what it's going to be? This is what I mean. We don't know, and that's what I love about it. We don't know. It's not like like the Hogan Bischoff days or anything like that. It's not like when we had Del Rio or whatever his name was and stuff like that. So we've got over that. We've got past that, and it's become exciting again.
Yeah. No, I agree. Bonus, baby, you're right. Yeah, Steve Maclin went for me from bland in the Forgotten Sons to damn, this dude goes hard. Yeah, I mean, I'd actually like to see him team with his partner, the Forgotten Sons, again. But go full out, like
full blown heel,
full blown Forgotten Sons,
front towards enemy. Literally.
Yeah, do what they can, do what they couldn't do as that style of tag team in WWE on TNA.
Do you know one thing that has crossed my mind that I would like to see is Maclin versus Mustafa Ali, or going against all the four, right? Get him doing that, but then somehow there's a twist or something like that, and then get Maclin and Agent Zero teaming up as a tag team.
Right. Yeah.
That's just personal preference, just a fantasy thing and that, but I just thought them two as a tag team against like the likes of the Hardys or whoever else steps up, that would be money.
Yeah. Sorry, Paul, just to let you know, mate, the tag one's not up for grabs. It's
No, it wasn't up for grabs in this match. It was the X Division title.
Yeah, so we've got X Division, International, World, and Fired. That's what we've got. So Yeah, so that's why we're saying I thought it may be Eddie would get the world title shot, because obviously Eddie against Santana would probably be a bit of a banger of a match. But would it be a headliner for No Surrender?
Or we could get Moose coming out for revenge too, and then we got Nick Nemeth as well as another it factor. No reference to Bobby Roode as well. So that would be interesting to see how the system deals with Nick Nemeth as well as Moose.
Yeah, definitely. No, we didn't get that spoiler mirror.
Yeah.
I didn't anyway.
No.
Anybody else?
No.
Hometown Man got it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hometown Man got a world title shot. Yes, I'm all for it.
Yeah, he attacks all three of them backstage and that lot. Teams back out of EY, grabs the case. Spoilers, spoiler alert. Hometown Man will be the new heavyweight champion on this week's show.
I'm not saying they're crap, Paul. Just change the tag one for Maclin to X. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, interesting stuff. I think there's I don't know. I'm looking forward to finding out, to be honest. If we're not, because we might even be miles out.
Yeah, I hope not. But I just love the unpredictability.
Yeah, we could be, couldn't we?
Yeah.
But let's talk about it again. We've already mentioned it, as we've just been talking about Feast or Fired.
Yeah.
But after being released from AEW, after 1 week, pardon me, Trey Miguel returns home.
Yeah.
And's re-signed to TNA.
So good.
Fabulous.
Fantastic. Johnny Bravo said to him before he left that TNA is always open for you if you need us. And that's so good to see that family atmosphere. And Trey Miguel, he was close to just packing it in after everything that fell apart in AEW.
Yeah, exactly. I just think Trey stayed last time. You know what I mean? When Zach and Wentz went off to WWE, he stayed. Now he was going to be signed.
Yeah, he had to
he was
step back.
The contract.
Yeah, he took the contract and then had to turn it down because he has to look after his brother, and then Triple H then fired him basically.
Well, I'm not sure that's the case. I don't think Triple H fired him because I don't think Trey signed the deal.
Something like that.
I think he was offered,
and
then there was an issue that came up, and he ended up not signing. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. He made a decision not to do it.
Yeah.
And we then ended up with even more fantastic matches from Trey Miguel.
Division champion.
Exactly. And let's face the facts, right? The Rascals are not all that Trey Miguel can do. Trey Miguel does not need the Rascals, and the Rascals does not need Trey Miguel, right?
Yeah.
So I'm over the moon. I want Trey to go on and absolutely smash it and do amazing work, and I think he will.
Definitely.
But talking about signed, it was made official, of course, that Mr. Elegance has been signed to TNA, and today it was officially signed, sealed, and delivered that Alana Black has officially signed with TNA. So, yeah, some good stuff, right?
Amazing news.
Honestly, seeing the negativity around us signing Mr. Elegance is really like the lad has bounced off every single comment. Do you know what I mean? He's just this is a youngster who got developed and stuff like that, who's come in, he's got that attitude, he's a prick, he knows how to sell stuff. I love him. I hate him, but I love him. Do you know what I mean? He's one of those characters where I'm like, you're doing my head in.
Doing what you're supposed to do, isn't he?
Yeah, but the thing is he's got it straight off the bat. Do you know what I mean? And I'm really looking forward to what gets done with him. Like, I hope at some point he will leave the Elegance brand and go on a solo run. But at this moment, I just think it's a really good signing. Elena Black, I'm not sure to expect.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about her, to be honest. Only what I've seen of her on TNA, and I've not gone off and done research. And I generally don't do that with talents like that I'm not sure about, because I try and not predetermined Or not prejudge. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to prejudge. I did that with Ash. I didn't want to prejudge her because everyone was saying, "Oh, she's fucking awful. She's terrible." Blah blah blah. And I said, "Look, just give her a chance."
Yeah.
What I was saying was that Gail Kim or whoever would not sign someone they didn't think could wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They wouldn't. That's not what they do.
Yeah.
Same with this Alana Black. Everyone's saying, "Oh, she's not the best wrestler," but she clearly must be half decent because, the people they've got behind the scenes signing these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're not just going to sign any old Tom, Dick, and Harry. So let's see how it plays out. I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do. She can clearly talk, so that's a good start. We're halfway there. So let's see what she's going to do in the ring and see where it goes from there. What do you think in the chat? Let us know. That's my thoughts on that one anyway. And I'm also interested, guys, on everyone's thought. We're going to talk about it amongst ourselves right now, but I'm interested in knowing what you guys think in the chat as well. The main event from last week, Jeff Hardy versus Mustafa Ali. What were your thoughts on this match? And do you guys think that Ali deserves a run with the TNA World Title? I'm going to go with Joe. First.
The match was absolutely incredible. I was gripped from start to finish. Jeff Hardy is on fire. Anyone that's doubting that Jeff Hardy can still go or is holding back or whatever, he was on fire from start to finish in this match, and so was Mustafa Ali. Another amazing match from both of them. Ali's one of these guys who can't put on a bad match, and I've said it from the start of the year, I think, but he will be world champion come Slammiversary or Bound for Glory. He'll be world champion, and he'll have a pretty good run with it.
Yeah. I'm going to say this now. I'll be very surprised if the world title changes hands until BFG. I think Santana's in it for the year.
Yeah.
I really do, because they've
built him up so much.
They built him up and they really invested in his story, and that's what I think. But I think they've gone for it. Just my opinion from Barry Monkey, but I think Ash is still terrible at wrestling. Much better as a manager style figure. I don't think she is terrible. I think she's pretty damn good. In fact, I've seen some matches that she's had in Australia where I've gone, damn, this girl can go.
Yeah.
So I advise you to go and check out some of those matches, because I think she's pretty solid. But Craig, what are your thoughts? Because this was a damn good main event, right?
I fully agree with Joe. Like, to see Jeff Hardy, there was some recent press or whatever saying about his neck injury and stuff like that. I was just like, well, I'm guessing it's cleared up. Do you know what I mean? Because he just absolutely smashed it. That was old school Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
And at his current day, Mustafa Ali, we've just signed, recently signed Mustafa Ali again, and I'm all for it. I'm like, if this is the level of match that we're getting, then that's my kind of wrestling. I watch wrestling shows for wrestling. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think
sometimes when you get like the skit and stuff like that, it's just a bit pants. But like, I genuinely, that match, like early doors, we've got a contender for one of the top 10 matches of the year, easily.
Definitely.
Absolutely. I thought that was a good match. And I think you can tell at times that Jeff is struggling a little bit with his knees. I think his knees are worse than his neck, to be honest.
Are you surprised? I'm surprised he can still walk.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. But you can tell that on the odd occasion that he's struggling a little bit. But like you said, he doesn't hold back. He's not like, if basically Jeff is like, if I'm going to be in a match, then I'm going to be in a match.
Yeah. I'm going to give it 100% regardless.
I'll give it everything I've got.
Yeah.
If it's my last match, it's my last match. But I'm going to give it everything. So I think that's great, because at the end of the day, it means that, at the end of it, Jeff Hardy is still going to be in the highlight reels. You know what
Definitely.
I mean? I think he's great, and I'm so happy that he's in a good place in his life. I'm so happy that Matt and Jeff are re-signed to TNA, and they've got what was that, about another year. I think it's great. I honestly believe that they're going to retire in TNA. But the fans still love them.
Yeah.
They love their fans. They're putting bums in seats. And, you know, they come to see the Hardys and they'll stay for everybody else. I've said this all along, that you get some big stars come to TNA, people will come for the big star, but they'll stay for what else is there on the roster. And I think that's, you know, what wrestling is all about. You need to have the marquee with the stars to get them in. Once you get them in.
Then, early prediction then. Name me a big star who's going to cross over to TNA, even if it's just for a couple guest matches.
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho, I don't class. To me, Chris Jericho is just an old fart. That needs
I just think
stop.
I just feel like he's concentrating on his music. He's got a European tour on the go and stuff like that, which he isn't going to stop to go back and do some matches. I don't know. What does Chris Jericho for us? Like, out of all the Chris's in wrestling, I don't even think that he's like top 4.
No,
I put him below Chris. I put him behind Chris Masters and Chris Canyon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd rather see Chris Parks, to be honest. It's Abyss. No, I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, I've seen rumors that they're on about bringing. Is it Rich Holiday? They're on about bringing him in, but again, like, it's not really a marquee name, is it?
Yeah.
Thing is like you bring in someone like Rich Holiday and you give him the platform to, like, you know, like, grow into a character and build himself and stuff like that. You're right. It's not like that marquee character, but this is what I mean. I'm just like, who do we get? Do we get, like, I don't know, Bron Breakker? Does he come over? Does, like, Paul Heyman bring, like that? You know, it's like, just go for like a wild fantasy thing. Who do you think out of anywhere, WWE, MLW, AEW, who do you think we could see on TNA this year? You've got to remember, we've got the AMC deal and we've got a bit of clout behind us now. Just pick anyone. I think Chris Jericho is too low. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think if we're going to see anybody have a match or take some time,
AJ Styles is another one, I think.
AJ. Yeah. I think that is the most likely marquee talent to appear in the ring for TNA in 2026.
Yeah, and we've also mentioned ODB and Taryn Terrell, 2 TNA legends. They're other people that are going to grab everyone's attention.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll just have to. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
No, I won't lie. I'll say it unpopular, but I've got a feeling this year we see John Moxley in TNA.
You reckon?
Yep. I would, like, you know, I'm not going to go backing it up with stuff like you see dirt sheets and stuff like that, but there's just a constant pattern where it just looks like certain talents are unhappy sitting on a shelf and being overlooked and being sold the same shit in AE. I can't even say the name properly. AE dumbass. You know, so it's just one of them things where, like, you look at it and it just kind of, you look at it and you think, they're getting towards the end of their career. They do have early ties to TNA and stuff like that. It is different management now. Don Callis is there. I'll bet my bottom dollar that Scott D'Amore will end up there by the end of the year as well in AEW, and you know how that ends. So that's where the bridges get burnt and stuff like that. So I see a lot of talent kind of going, do you know what? Fuck this, we're off.
Yeah.
You know, but they've destroyed talents. Like you look at people like Brian Cage, for instance. He was a beast in TNA. That heavyweight title match he had against Sami Callihan in the cage and that amazing match and stuff. And then he's gone there and he just looks like a jacked up Steve Blackman.
He does. Yeah, you're right. He does. He looks like a jacked up Steve Blackman. However, Steve Blackman was a badass.
Yeah, and Brian Cage is just a shelf dweller. Do you know what I mean? It's what a waste. What a waste of a guy. You know?
Yeah. No, I agree. He is wasted. But of course, he can walk around going, I'm, signed to AEW. Wow. But yeah, it's all about the money at the end of the day, personally. But yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah, maybe Johnny Swinger.
Johnny Slinger. It's always going to be good to see Slinger, regardless.
I think so. I think so. It'd be the
I think we need to kind of do like one of them battle royal things. Like, you know, people are saying there's a lot of negativity on this whole Royal Rumble where they're saying like, oh, we want returns of legends and like, you know, want some surprise entries and stuff like that. People going, oh, it's going to be Leon Slater and stuff. Great, you know, great for Leon, great for TNA, great for all that lot, brilliant. But they need some legends to come back. This is why I think we should do like a battle royal. I want to see Johnny Swinger. I want to see Shark Boy. I want to see Curryman. I'm not that bothered about the Kiss Demon, but I'll let it pass. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
just like get some like, you know, old school TNA.
Kid Flash.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It'd be wicked to just see some old names and stuff like that. Just kind of come back. Because we've got that platform now. Let's not waste it. People are watching. We've got casual fans. I've seen on like X or Twitter respectively. I've seen on there we've got some old TNA fans going, "Oh my god!" Like I've let it sleep for years. And like I remember watching like Bobby Roode versus James Storm for the heavyweight title and stuff. I'm like, you've missed a lot, but welcome back. Imagine like there was a match the other day with did they call him Dolph Ziggler or did they call him Nick Nemeth? Nick Nemeth on JCW. Mr. Anderson versus James Storm versus Nick Nemeth.
Wow. Wow, that was amazing.
I mean,
that's just thinking of that. Wow, that's incredible.
Well, do you know what? Right, that talking about James Storm, there's a return I could see.
Yes,
in 2026.
Yeah, but he'll go after the heavyweight title, and I'm just like, he's not in that picture anymore. Just come along, do some and push the younger ones. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I think. I don't think he'll go for a title, but it would be good to see him come in. I think so.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. I think, you know, when the music hit and, you know, it'd be great. Bring him down on, you know, get the what was the beer scooter thing?
The
beer cooler.
The boozer cruiser.
Boozer cruiser. That's it.
Let's stick a Tesla badge on it.
Quality, absolute quality. I want to see the bird cages back. No, I don't. I don't think we'd get away with that. But yeah, that would be great. Now, I keep saying this wrong. Is it Soul Ruka?
Yeah.
The tag team.
Yeah.
That have got the title shot. It's going to be this Tuesday coming. So Soul Ruka versus the Elegance brand, TNA title next Tuesday on NXT. Do you know what? I don't mind that they put title matches on NXT. I really don't.
Yeah.
As long as they don't lose.
Yeah. Oh, the Elegance brand gave a bloody brilliant promo in response to this earlier today. Iceman absolutely buried both of them, saying that Zaria is stealing the spotlight from Sol Ruka. You know, the way that match ended, Sol Ruka took everybody out, but Zaria got the pinfall and things like that. And really, really taking a jab at the team and trying to split them up psychologically.
Yes, I get that.
I think because people are saying that they can see the team breaking down next week if they lose.
Yes, exactly. But here's the thing, right? Not only was that a really cool promo, right? It was really good. That went out on the official WWE social media. It didn't go out on the NXT.
Did it?
It went out on the official WWE Universe.
Yeah.
Hurricane.
Mate, sign us up forever. Why do people hate this partnership?
Oh, because everyone's got to find something negative about something positive. No one can just see any good
Rightfully
anymore.
said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of, you know, that's what I'm saying. So I think, you know, that I mean, how many people probably saw that? That's going to be insane amount of people saw that, and they're probably going, "Wow, these are good." You know.
Do you know the mad thing though is Elena Black. The views of her debut on TNA, or like, you know, her coming out on TNA and that lot, got more views than Jordan Grace entering the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I know.
Mental. So we've actually got like a certified star. All right, fair enough. She does stuff outside of the wrestling ring that I'm not aware of. I don't know about any of that. But she's just kind of like she's got like quite a high level of like, you know, social media presence and stuff like that. So it's insane to have her on board.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree. They're making some interesting moves on pick and pick. Again, one of the reasons that I think they signed fucking Tennille Dash was because she had so many social media followers.
Yeah. But
right?
that backfired.
She never promoted the fact that she was on Impact.
Yeah.
So like that was a complete waste of time. Waste of money, waste of time, and she was shit. But anyway, before we go into the last thing, I just want everybody's thoughts on the system reboot. So obviously, the other big thing that happened last week on Impact was obviously the revealing of Bear Bronson joining the system, replacing JDC. But then, of course, we had the turn. And not only was JDC replaced, but so was Moose, which I thought was going to happen because I think he's injured. And of course, we had him replaced by Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, I was like, whoa! I did not see this coming. And watching Cedric Alexander versus Moose at the opening of the night, Cedric was enjoying beating the crap out of Moose, looking at him laughing. So it's like something. Yeah. But even then, although I said seeing the replays and that before watching Impact itself yesterday, I still didn't believe it was actually happening.
I couldn't believe it.
It was just so brilliantly played out, and Alicia Edwards is shocked as hell, going to go batshit crazy. But Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers just taking control of the system. It was excellent, an excellent move from.
I think so, and I think both of those guys will take the system to the next level.
Yeah.
I think the system's going to get bigger,
I
really do. I think that we're going to see, so what I would call Cedric versus Moose, I'd call that a soft match. Because obviously he enjoyed beating her up and all that lot, and then they done the turn at the end and stuff like that. Brilliant. But I think that, Sinner and Saint, what's going on with them? I think that they need, obviously they've got Cedric, they've got Bear Bronson and stuff like that, but they need, some more energy. And dare I say it, look, I've got a WCW top on. I'm familiar with the NWO. Do you know what I mean? I can see it just growing and growing and growing, and all of a sudden we've got AMC saying oh my god, we've got a system takeover on the
it's a bit like the show. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That kind of thing. Back in the day, there was a WCW Monday Night Nitro where it was just NWO. Literally just NWO. They took over the whole thing. I would love to see that sort of thing now we're on TV. Because we've got Brian Myers, which I love him. I don't think we use him enough. I don't think we use him he's great in the ring. He is fantastic in the ring. But I just feel like he's not really going for it. Best mates with Cardona. Why aren't you doing the same as Cardona? Do you know what I mean? He could really, really hammer it and he would deliver. But it's just I can see I hope as well that the system gets bigger, because so far I've not been convinced to buy a T-shirt, but I'm starting to feel a bit system. Do you know what I mean?
I am as well. Yeah, I'm feeling them a lot more. I've never been really a system fan.
No.
I'm a fan of the individuals, but not necessarily of the system. But this is piqued my interest. This has piqued my interest. So let's hope it goes. So the system needs someone really good on the mic.
Hometown man
is actually really good on the mic. If you let Brian Myers go on the mic, he's really good. So that could be interesting. But I think obviously they're going with those two to sort of kind of lead the pack now. But I think Bear Bronson's pretty good on the mic. I mean, we saw him do a promo the other week, and he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad either.
We've got a star there. Genuinely, we've got a star. I want to see him versus Maclin. I want to see him versus Nemeth. I want to see him versus everyone, because he's just, honestly, if you haven't, I know, like you say, you don't research and stuff like that. Honestly, the stuff that he can do in the ring, we have got genuinely a real star. He's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Every aspect.
He's that monster we've been looking for.
You know what you're saying we should have done with Jake something? You've got it.
Yeah.
You got it in this guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing where we go with it. But I've left this to last because I think this deserves a bit of time. So, and deserves to be the last thing that we discuss today. So, Rosemary, of course, the KO that we absolutely love on TNI UK, turns 10 years old with IMPACT TNA Wrestling.
She looks
Let's
older
talk
than
about
that.
her. Yeah, well, she's older than that, but 10 years she's been with the brand. But let's talk about her time. Let's talk about our favorite moments of course, what I like to call the iconic Rosemary, because I think she is got to be now one of the most iconic TNA knockouts of all time.
Absolutely.
In my opinion. So, Joe, come on, son. Give us some spiel.
Oh, I loved when B.D.E was introduced. The way she came out completely, everyone was like, "Who the hell is this?" And then instantly, B.D.E just took over the entire show, and they were like once to watch.
Yeah.
The Rosemary Red versus Blue, Rosemary versus Jade was awesome. Rosemary versus Ty Valkyrie, and then seeing them team up later on as the Death Dolls, that was amazing how they did that, and all the Undead Realm stuff with Su Yung and Havoc and killing off Ali was just amazing. Although I would love to see Ali back on TNA somehow, some way.
I've got a story. I've got an interesting way of bringing her back, but
the treehouse.
There's that.
James Mitchell needs to be there for it to happen.
Oh, what a dude!
I'd like to see Su Yung back, and I've said this all along.
Yeah.
But Sue being the undead bride, she could bring back the undead bunny.
Yeah.
As
Rosemary sets her free.
Well, Josh Matthews used to call her an Easter egg because of her outfit. So why don't we bring her back as the Easter Bunny?
Easter Bunny. Why not?
Probably because it's actually really detrimental and probably not a very nice insult, to be fair. So I do apologise if you're listening. It was bad. I retract that. We can't even cut this out because we're live. But still.
Anything that comes out of Josh Matthews' mouth is just stupid. So,
at least he picked a nice wife.
Well, yeah, she's all right. You know,
not bad.
I've met her a couple of times.
Have you?
Yeah, I've met Madison Rain a couple of times. Okay. And actually, there's a girl, right, that goes to my gym that actually looks like Madison Rain. Like, honestly, honest to God, she genuinely, same body frame, like, same sort of lips. She looks like Madison Rain. I had to double take her. Even
you sound like a fan.
I am a fan. She's even probably in the same kind of, like, age range and everything.
Yeah.
It's like unbelievable.
Oh man, Paul, you've got my attention. Yeah. R.I.P. Daphne Unger. She was honestly, man, like the stuff that she done with Stevie Richards and stuff like that. She was an absolute legend. I remember as the Scream Queen when she was hanging around with Raven and Raven's flock in WCW and stuff like that.
Used to wear.
Yeah, honestly, what a legend! Like, would have been a great tag team, but then without it being a direct tribute, I feel like Rosemary is the new age of Daphne. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But going back to Rosemary and what we were talking about, I would love for there to be an angle where Rosemary and Danny Luna have a chat, or there's a role there sort of thing, because I'll keep banging on about it every week. TNA start listening. Doomsday, Danny Luna. Let her go psycho. Let her break everyone in the KO division. Do you know what I mean? But we need some kind of dark demonic twisting to turn her into the Doomsday kind of side of things. Now we've seen that Danny will go hardcore, so she ain't scared of that side of things. But this is where I want the character to be developed and stuff like that. And I think Rosemary, that would be just money. AMC's backing, a bit of creative on it. It would just absolute money.
There you go. That sounds good to me. Now, for me, I am a huge fan of Rosemary. I mean, I've been a massive fan of Rosemary for so long. And let's face it, if you're into your goth girls, she is the ultimate goth crush, right? There is no one better than Rosemary if you want to have a goth crush.
We're live on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're a married man.
I know. I'm just saying, it's Christ, isn't it? You know, she's amazing, and I have had the privilege of interviewing her.
And Courtney Rush.
Yeah, and Courtney Rush as well. But I've had the main thing is I've had the privilege of interviewing Rosemary, and I have to say, guys, if you haven't seen that interview, you need to go and check it out. Right, you need to go and check it out because it is a lot of fun, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah, she's brilliant. She never broke character once.
Brilliant.
Get her on the show.
I would love it if we could.
I wish we could, mate, because honest to God, she was fantastic and a lovely person. I met her in Chicago in person. That was at I'm trying to remember what year it was now, about 2 or 3 years ago. It was, oh God, what was it? Emergence.
Yes.
It was Emergence, right? And I queued up to, I'd actually interviewed her like literally 2 or 3 weeks prior to going to Emergence, and I queued up to go in, to do the whole meet and greet thing. And as soon as I turned up, she knew exactly who I was.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that speaks. That speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't actually give that many interviews. I don't know. Do you know that? Like, she doesn't do many interviews. So when I feel an absolute privilege to have actually interviewed the iconic Rosemary from TNA. I really do, because like I say, not many people get that opportunity. And I
was pretty gutted because 2018 when I went Bound for Glory, I was like, it was around the time when Rosemary was on a return. I got a feeling that she was. It might have been when she got injured by that sexy star from AAA. It might have been around then. But she was on the return and stuff like that. I just remember the lights dropped and I'm in the arena outlet and they played this skit on screen and she comes back because she fought something. I can't remember the exact skit, but that was it. And then because I went to the Impact tapings for the next 2 nights, I thought, oh, she'll be here at one of them, and she wasn't. So everyone was like, oh my God, Chris Jericho, and we ended up with James Ellsworth. But it was just one of them things where I was like, no, I want to see
we want
Rosemary. But as mad as it sounds, don't get me wrong, I've seen some great stars, Santana and Ortiz when they were LAX. I saw Penta and Phoenix and stuff. So always not lost, but it's just one of them things where I was like, I got that close to seeing her, but I was actually quite far away from seeing her. Do you know what I mean? So, but it's something I still would like to do one day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Same.
We'll have to organise a trip, won't we?
That'd be great.
A boys' trip to a TNA show in the US.
Well, if you're listening, we're staying at yours.
Yeah. To be fair, actually, that is the best show. Is when they go to somewhere like Philadelphia or New York or around that way, because that's the cheapest flights. So that is the best show. And that's again, that was the first time I went over to a TNA show. Well, it was Impact at the time in the US. Was funny enough at the same venue you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I went there the year after, but it was just it was an Impact tapings. It wasn't. What was it?
Ooh.
No, I think it was just 2 nights. It was just 2 nights of Impact tapings. When I met Kyle and a few other people as well, I met Bill there for the first time.
Yeah.
Excited
Bill.
So
I met Miguel, the guy. He's all over Twitter. He's a big TNA fan.
Miguel Contreras.
That's the one.
Yeah, he's all right as well. He's a nice fella. But so it's all good. But Rosemary, absolute icon of the KO division. Everybody harps on about Awesome Kong and Gail Kim and all the rest of it, but come on, Rosemary.
Yeah, she's just pure gold.
She doesn't have to wrestle. She doesn't have to wrestle. She just has to turn up and do a promo, and we're good.
Mate, you've seen her promos before we got this deal. Do you know what I mean? Imagine with a bit of backing now and a bit of clout. We could have Undertaker style promos. Do you know what I mean?
Can you imagine?
Just give her a creative, give her a budget. Let's just watch us rise. People who don't even watch wrestling will be like, "What the fuck?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Start tuning in just to find
Right.
out who she is.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
I mean, the stuff that they did Decay when they did with the Hardys, you know, when they did the
Yeah.
what was it?
All the tough stuff at the Hardy
As mad
House
as it
and
sounds as
Rosemary.
well, I've nothing against Steph Delander, but she's not really doing much except for following Mance around. So I'm just kind of like, well, I would team Mance up with Rosemary.
Yeah. That would be
Well,
really
I'm not
cool.
sure what's going on with her. I guess she's still recovering.
Maybe so. Yeah, true.
I think she's just still recovering from neck injury.
Barry, there's nothing to be excited about seeing James Ellsworth, mate. It'd been all right if you remembered to put his chin on.
Yeah, he forgot. He forgot to attach it. But yeah, no, there you go. Yeah, so it was great. But they are wasting Mance Warner.
They are.
I don't think they're wasting him. I think it's just a
Put a
bit
belt
difficult.
on him.
I think it's just very difficult to do something with a guy which, at the end of the day, is a hardcore specialist.
Yeah.
No, he can go. There's matches that he done in AAW. He had a good one against Jake something, a good one against Josh Alexander, a good one against AR Fox, which was, I can't remember his name in Lucha Underground. But
Yeah,
he's a legit wrestler. But like, funnily enough, a long time ago, I watched, I want to say it's CZW. I might have got that wrong. It might have been. It's another independent one. But there was him versus Myron Reed versus Trey Miguel. So I wouldn't go generalising Mance Warner too much. I just think that he's doing too much of a safe kind of move set, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I agree with Barry. Barry may have seen some stuff like I've seen. There is a beast with Mance Warner, and he can go. We just haven't seen it yet. We need to get a belt on him.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's hope that they advance him a little bit more in the next sort of next 12
sorry,
months.
off the show. So when the whole EY thing happened, he took the mask off of Hometown Man. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So Chris Jericho is in TNA. That was him. They took the mask off. That was Chris Jericho.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah. Can't believe it's not being talked about.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It should be talked to. We should be talking about that shit, but we're not. Anyway, let's talk about this Thursday's Impact.
Yeah.
We've got AJ Francis versus Rich Swann. So that's a rewind to the Genesis.
No holds barred.
No holds barred. This is going to be an absolute slobber knocker, right?
Definitely. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a really good match. We've got Elijah versus Jason Hotch. Again, I love Jason Hotch.
Yeah.
I think this is giving Elijah a win here, which would be a shame because I love Jason Hotch and I think he deserves a few wins under his belt.
Yeah, he does.
I really do. I think he's such a talent, and we signed him, and he's on the TV pretty much every week. But it's just, I don't know. We could be doing more with that young man. I think.
Definitely.
We've also been told that the new signing, Alana Black, the era of Alana Black, I believe, she's going to be in action. It doesn't say who against, so she's obviously going to be a squash match for her.
Jada Stone?
Yeah, probably, yeah. It won't be Mila Moore because they're pushing her, aren't they? But yeah, it could be.
Might be Vicious Vicky.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
Who I was thinking. It'd be good to see her again, and then hopefully she gets a contract offer.
Yeah, I hope so. I really do. I really hope so. But anyway, we're going to get to see her in action. We're also, as we've already talked about, going to find out who's got what case for the Feast or Fired. That's always a bit of fun, how that sort of pans out. And then the other match, I'm not sure what order any of this is in, so don't.
Yeah.
This is the main event. But we've also got Nick Nemeth versus the internet sensation B.D.E. What are your thoughts?
I'm looking forward to this. B.D.E. is a really, really impressive wrestler. And Nick going up against someone like Nick Nemeth is really going to do him a huge amount of favours.
Absolutely. So what we've got here is we've got 4 matches. I think 4 matches is about right for a sort of 1 hour, 30-minute show. I mean, obviously, they say a 2-hour show, but it's not really.
Yeah.
So not with all the ad breaks and everything else. But I think 4 matches is good. Sometimes you can squeeze in a squash to make it 5. But I think if you want to get some good ring time, get some good solid matches, 4-match format is the way to go. So this looks pretty good. Plus, obviously, they're going to take a bit of time to do the Feast or Fired stuff as well. So that could be interesting. But another good show, I think. I think that looks like it's going to be a good show. I mean, obviously, this is a taped one. So this is obviously from the second day of taping, which would have been last Friday, I guess. So I've not. I mean, I avoid spoilers anyway, so I've not really heard anything. So I don't know who's won what or anything like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing it nice and fresh tomorrow night. But it's going to be great. But I think, guys, this is about all we've got time for this week. If you want to show your support to TNI UK team, then please feel free to super sticker us or head over to bbdwear.co.uk for some great TNI UK shirts, of course. All the TNI shows are to all of you listen on the Go fans, audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. Of course, we are there. Where can we find you on the socials, Joe?
You can follow me on Twitter at JoeK_Empty_Space. You can jump onto Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Look for #EmptySpace, #Into the Void, #DailyGiggle, or #LearnToLaughAgain. But folks, never mind. You just might keep your sanity.
Sanity.
Yeah. What about yourself, Craig?
I don't actually exist. I'm not even here right now. See.
We've been talking to an AI the entire time.
Yeah, I'm just LimpStar UK, Network Studio on X. Look it up, you'll find it. I'm really easy to find. I'm like the Google page.
He's like the modern version. What's it called? What's that? What's it called?
Ask Jeeves.
That's it. Whatever.
I knew exactly what you meant. But I've got 2 gigs coming up in the space of a week. 1 week, I'm DJing on support for someone called Cascada, which you've probably heard of. And then the week after, I'm DJing on support for Darren Styles. So your boy's doing bits in a completely different world compared to wrestling. So I'm a busy on the old DJing.
Good man. Yeah, I love it.
David, mate, you can't call me a mess. You're so delusional, man. Just go home. Go to sleep. Turn your internet off and go to sleep. A mess, mate. Look in the mirror. Jesus Christ.
What?
He's just full of shit, man. Ken Shamrock to return and do a few matches in the chat. David, mate, every week it's just like, what are you going to say next? Bring back Chris Benoit. You're just absolutely just delusional, man. I love you. Come back next week because you're full of shit.
Fair play. Right, okay. If you want to follow TNI on the socials, you'll find us everywhere at We Talk Impact. And if you want to find me, of course, at Lord Bison 45 on the X. TikTok, you'll find me at Bison by Design. And if you want to upgrade your clothing, then of course head over to Bison by Design at bbdwear.co.uk. I've actually released some great new stuff this week. Some really, really cool designs. Well worth going and checking out. And I'm very excited to announce I am also now part of the what they call membership benefits for a Pure Gym.
Brilliant. Well done. Congratulations.
Very, very cool. So, go and check out Pure Gym. But anyway, guys, bbdwear.co.uk. Go and check it out. But anyway, listen, please take out the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, or of course a smash to never miss any of the TNI UK and of course US teams' great TNA related content coming out each and every single week. With all that said, I've been Bison and they have been of course the Joker and the LimpStar, and this has been episode 260 of Impacted. Take care, guys.
Much love to the TNI tribe. See you soon.
Biddly, 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 biddly.